Okay, I'm sitting here with Tony. Tony is Hope of the Nation's Children's Services Director. And so, Tony, before we get started, tell us a little bit about yourself. Like, what was your life like when you were growing up as a child?
Um, like you already said, my name is Tony, and I, you know, when I was growing up, I have some uh, challenges and difficult. So, and then, you know, actually, I grew up in Iris Ministry.
Which is where we first met you. Yeah.
Yes, in Iris Ministry, and because I didn't have anyone supporting me when I lost my parents.
Yeah.
So I went to Iris to live there. So Iris, they were the people that they were, taking care of me, taking care of my school. But since then, I've always wanted to do the same thing. I've always wanted to, take care of the kids. I wanted to do the same. I've always have this heart of helping other kids.
Yeah.
So, and what I can say, today I'm doing the same thing like as they did to me. So I'm very excited doing this job. I feel very blessed doing this.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, because let's see. When we first met you, you were 16, I believe.
I think
Yeah.
so. I was 16.
Yeah, so we've known you for a very long time.
Yes, a long time.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we have that picture, the day that we left Mozambique. That was a very sad day.
Yeah.
But the Lord had other plans, and so we're all together again.
Yes, I believe God always has a plan.
Yeah.
I also didn't, expecting to see you one day, but the Lord always brings us together. And today I'm very happy, to be part of your life and work with you together. So
we are too. We're very blessed that you're part of our life. Yes,
it's such a blessing. So
let's talk a little bit. So as Children's Services Director, you oversee two things. We have orphans that are in the care of Hope of the Nation, and we also have a children's ministry. So talk about the orphan care first.
The orphan cares. So now we have a 12 kids that we're taking care, and we help them with school. We help them with some food every month, which is very exciting because these kids, they don't have someone who is taking care of them. They don't have someone who is you know uh, buying food for them. So we are helping them, and I feel very excited to be part of these kids, making difference and helping them. So,
and all of the orphans right now, all of them have lost both mother and father,
yes,
right?
Yes, and then some of them, they live with their grandmother, and some of them, like Joseph family, the siblings. So they live with their old brother, who is Joseph. So they don't have someone like who's taking care of them.
He acts as the older brother, making
Yes.
sure the younger ones are.
Yes. And then we have Dani, who also lives with her grandmother. And then we have Mavuto and Maggie. Mavuto lives with her sister and Maggie too. But we always make sure that every month they have food to eat, and we take care of their school supplies. And then also we, oversee them like every week. So it's such a blessing, and I feel very blessed doing this.
Yeah, and you check in on them every week.
Every week,
visit with them, and they think of you as like a big brother, or do they think of you as like a father?
They think of me like both. They think like I'm their big brother and also a father, because I'm always there for them, and I always come every week. Checking on them, see if they're doing good on school, things like that. If somebody's sick, something like that. So and
that's good.
I feel very blessed doing this, and I have always wanted to do this.
Yeah, you're helping to to make sure that the children who were in a similar situation as you,
Yes.
that they're being taken care of and provided. Well, how are they doing in school?
They're doing well. All
Yeah.
of them, they're doing well. They're having good marks, and
That's good.
they're passing the grades. So I'm very excited and I'm happy. And we're not just taking care of them, like giving them food or school supply, but we also share with them about God. And then sometimes,
Yeah.
we encouraging them to go to church, growing up
Yeah.
as a Christian,
Yeah, you're mentoring them and discipling
Yes,
them also.
yes.
Well, which leads us into the children's ministry. So tell about that some.
Yeah, the children ministry, we normally, when we have children ministry, when we get all the kids together, yeah, every week we do this. Like, we go to a place and we gather kids, and then we have we sing some worship song and we share God's word, and then after that we have some games, and after games, we just have food ministry. We share
Yes, which
food,
is
we
an
share
important part
something.
too. Yes.
We have like drink and cookies. Sometimes we do rice and beans, because these kids, like the area where I'm doing the children's ministry, it's a poor place. Most of the kids, they don't have food to eat, and then when we do this to them every week, it's such a blessing to do this. And the kids, they're very excited, every time when I go there to do the children's
Yes, we've
ministry.
seen also they get very excited.
Yes. So, and I feel blessed, because this is what I always wanted to do as I was growing up in Iris. I wanted to do the same thing, and I want to be a blessed, because I was blessed. So I want to bless other, and I teach the kids that one day, if they grew up, they have to do the same thing. They
Bless
have to
others
bless
like they're
others.
being
Yes.
blessed. Yes.
Yeah,
good.
it's just like, don't keep the bless for you, but you bless other.
That's the discipleship and the mentorship.
Yes.
And
But
for some of the children, that is, for some of them, that's the biggest and best meal they have for the week, isn't it?
yes,
Yeah.
because kids, like I said, the area where I go, the situation is not good. Kids, they'll stay like all day without eating meals. And some of them, they're not going to school because they're not eating.
Yeah.
And like, some of them, they don't go to school because they don't have the school supplies and things like that. And then I try to do something like every month or every year. I try to give them some school supplies, and it's such a blessing. Yeah, there are many challenges like kids are facing on those area. And most of the kids, they don't have parents. They live with their grandmothers, or they live with someone. So
Yes, because we have, like you said, 12 children
Yeah.
that we're taking care of, but there's a lot more.
yeah, we have
A
a
lot more
12.
children.
But yeah, even when I go for the children's ministry, uh, I always have people coming to me and ask for help, because they have children that they don't have someone who's supporting them. They always come to me and ask me, oh, can you help my kids? They're not going in school, and we don't have food and things like that. And then sometime I can promise them, I'll see, and because
you attempt, you try sometimes.
yes,
to
I
help,
try something. But sometimes, if I have something to help, I would help, like with a pen or a exercise book, something like that, just to make sure that the kids, they're going to school, and they can eat something. So every week we have, our children's ministry, where we share food, we share God's word, and then we worship, we play together. It's such a blessing to that area. And I feel blessed because of doing that.
And right now, there are well over 100 children that come to that, right?
Yes, yeah.
And there's not enough food for all of them, right?
Yes, yeah. You remember when we went there, this time, we always have more kids, and one of the challenges, like, because of the place where we are holding, like, the children's ministry, it's very small, and then we don't have, it's not a closed place, so
Yeah, so it's hard
it's,
to keep them contained. Yes.
yes, and we have more kids coming because they want to be part of it. They want to
Yeah.
come and play with us, sing with us, worship with us, and have funny together. So
It's something the children, they very much look forward to that Saturday.
Yeah. So,
and we've talked a little bit about someday, as the Lord provides, maybe building a house, a facility, like a community center to be able to hold it in.
Yeah, if we could have like a place where we can hold children's ministry, will be much easier, and we can more control the kids. But now we are having this challenging, and it's a little bit difficult, but we believe and we have faith that one day we will have a place where we can have the kids coming, and we can play with them, share God's word, and have the food ministry, and that will be
have a kitchen and facility and a hand washing station, and all of those things, and maybe even someday that building could be used for other teachings. Because you also, in addition to being the children's services director, you have a certificate in health education,
health
right?
education, like it's like a public health education. So it's more about educating people how to not getting disease, telling them how to avoid of getting sick and things like that. So it's
good.
one of the things that I would like to do that in the future. But now I'm praying for that. But I believe that God will make a way, and
well, you have had already a few times, so with the local health department, you've gone out and you helped give vaccinations and things,
vaccination, yes. I've been doing this outreach with the healthy department of Beta, and it was a good experience for me. And even those places that we went, they're not, people there, they're not living in good condition.
They're very out remote in the bush.
Yes, and people, they don't have information. So we go to those places, and we talk about many disease, and then
proper hand washing.
Yes, giving vaccine to the children's, to avoid getting sick, and many things we did there. So I'm excited, and I believe that.
And you stay very busy. You're always around, checking on the children, doing the children's ministry, making sure their needs are met. Because you've even gone a few times, and you've done some health education, like outreaches where you've gone into a few churches and done them, right?
Which is also what I want to keep doing it. But like I said, it's a little bit difficult now without materials. But if we have more material, I think we could go like more and help more people, But sometimes we get a little bit, limited because, we don't. But my desire is to, reach those people. It's not only about health education, but it's also about teaching people about Jesus. It's more like bringing people to Jesus,
because that opens up the opportunities for them to not only hear the gospel, but to see it in action, right? Someone to come and love them enough to want to be a part of their lives.
What we want people to see Jesus in us, by our action. We don't want we want to show Jesus. People, they can see Jesus, and we want people to do the same thing that we do to them, to other people. We don't want them to keep for them. So yes, like I said, I'm happy, and and I feel very blessed to be part of this ministry. And I believe God is blessing many people through my life, and
Yes,
I
he
want
is.
God also to bless people through the life that
Yeah.
So
Well, you, just like you were saying, you have been a very good mentor already to some of our children, because
yeah.
a few of them have been helping you with the children's ministry, right?
Yes, we have Joseph, we have Danny. Every time we have children's ministry, they're over there helping me.
Yes.
Like they help me serving the kids, helping me organize the kids. And then even sometime when I'm not there, the children's ministry will still going on because, I've teach them how to do it. Even if I'm not there one day, they'll keep doing it. So I'm
Yes.
very happy that this is happening, and
Yeah, and when we were there just the other week, seeing Joseph
yeah,
helping and going around and making sure the children are taken care of, and helping to feed and pass out the food to the children, and that was such a blessing to see him there.
like I said, it's not all about us. It's about other people.
Hmm.
We need to think about others. We
Yeah.
don't need just to think about us. So
Yes. Actually, Lord calls us to serve others. He calls us to be a servant within the kingdom. Yeah.
And yes, like I said, seeing Joseph and Danny and other people, like even my mother, my sister, helping those kids makes my heart happy.
Yes, because and actually then mention that part, because it's a family thing with the children's ministry, right?
Yeah, it's a family,
Yeah.
and it's such a blessing to see all of them, in one heart and
Yes.
one mind, and we are doing the same thing.
Yes.
So
Making a
it's
difference in the lives of a lot of children.
yes,
And who
yes,
knows after that what
yes,
becomes of those children?
yes,
Because, like you said, any ministry, the point is for that ministry to carry on beyond any of us.
yeah,
So, like you said, hopefully 50 years from now, the children's ministry will still carry on, and maybe it's Joseph that's helping to do that. Maybe it's one of our other children, or maybe one of the children that is part right now of the children's ministry.
yeah. Like the place that we are doing children's ministry now, my desire is one day, to go somewhere and doing it,
In
to
other
expand
areas,
in
yeah.
other area. Yeah, like I think we were together in Yamatanda, and I looked that area. There are many kids there, and I think those kids are also, they need help.
Yes.
So I want one day to go there and do,
Yes.
do the children's ministry there.
Do a ministry and maybe
Yeah,
start organizing something.
yeah, something, yeah.
And you're right, that area
And
was a very,
yes, and I
very
was
poor
talking
area.
to one of leaders there, and we were, talking, see if one day, I can, even if it's like once a month, I
Yes.
can go there and help children's ministry. That would be blessing to that place because I
Yes, it
can see
would.
the children. So, you saw that when you
We
were
saw those
there.
children were
Yeah.
so
So,
precious also.
and I
Yes.
feel like, I want to be a blessing also to those kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So
good. I love that. That's one thing that Susan and I, we love about you.
yeah.
You have a very big heart. Maybe too big for your chest. I don't know. Which is good. That's a good thing for us to have a heart like Christ. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so a little while ago you talked about when you were growing up, and you had lost your father when you were very little, but your mother is still alive. Can you explain what happened within that when you were young? Because, like you said, you grew up in an orphanage. So what happened with that?
Yeah. Um, after my father passed away, I used to live with my mother, but my mother knew it's someone, like she married someone after my father passed out. So she went to live somewhere else, and she left us behind. She didn't, take us and go live with her. So, and I was living by myself, taking care of my brother, my
Yeah.
little brother. My sister, I have a sister. She used to live with my auntie, and my auntie, she couldn't, take care
Take
of
care.
all of us because she didn't have condition,
Yeah.
to take care of all of us. So I used to taking care of my brother. So I was living with my brother. I would, go to Iris Ministry. I was going there playing football, what I think you guys call it soccer.
Soccer, yes.
So I used to play soccer. And then in Iris, there were some kids living in Iris. They were my friends. So they would give me some food when it's time to. So they would put some food in a bowl and give it to me. So I would take that and eat with my brother at my house. But um, one day I met a missionary. Her name is Ashley. I think you know Ashley.
Yes.
So Ashley was the one who took me to Iris. She asked me who I was living with, and she wanted to know where I was living. And I took her to my house, and she asked me, why you don't want to come and live in Iris? And I say, yes, of course, I would like to go because,
Yeah.
it wasn't easy for me growing up, taking care of my brother. And
Yeah.
so I went to Ice. Actually, used to bring some food for me every week. She used to buy me food and things like that. But she think it would be better if I live in Iris
Yeah.
because that way,
Can
you
make
know,
sure you're really taken care of
yes, I
well.
would go to school because I wasn't go to school that time. Nobody was taking care of me,
Yeah.
and I didn't go to school, and sometimes I would stay the whole day without eating anything, you
Wow.
know. So, and yeah, she took me to Iris, and I went to live in Iris. And then after that, my mother, she came back. Like, I think she didn't no longer live with that guy, so she went back and she come to live in London. But I didn't want to live with her
Yeah.
because also she didn't have how to, to support me because she
Yeah.
was not working, not doing anything.
Because that's another problem here
Yeah.
many times that
That's the big problem here. Even the area that I was mentioning where we are doing children's ministry, the mothers there, they're not doing anything. They, people, they used to live by agriculture, like, but
Yeah.
now because of these Chinese, you know, people, they're not producing any more food.
Yeah. So
And
people can't provide and take care of themselves.
Yes, yes. So yeah, it's basically is what happened to my life in the past. Like
And that's
mother.
where your heart now has grown to change those situations for
Yes.
as many children as you can.
Yes,
Yeah.
I want to be able to help as many as I can, and it's a blessing do this.
Yeah.
It's,
And your relationship with your mother now, like we said, it's very good, and she's part of the ministry, and she's such a blessing too.
Yeah.
Because even to feed all of the children in the children's ministry, her and your sister get up very early to prepare the food, right?
They're the one that prepares the food. They have to, wake up at 4 in the morning, 4 a.m. and make food for all of the kids. They cook, they organize the kids, they wash the plates, they do everything.
Yes.
And it's a blessing to me,
And your mother, we can see when we see her that she has a big heart to be doing this, that she loves it. And I know that it's her way now to be able to help more children when she couldn't help you and your brother at the time.
Yeah. And I really like to work with my mother and my sister and Joseph, and then also Danny. They're very, they're a blessing to me, and I like what they're doing. And I believe even one day, if I'm not there, they'll keep doing what I was doing.
I believe so too. Yeah.
So we teach them to, that they can keep with the work. So we don't want to, to keep only for us, like, You know, we never know tomorrow. So it's good if
Yes.
we prepare other people.
It's
So
important. Yes,
yeah.
important, because if we want to see any work continue, we have to mentor and disciple others to carry on that work,
Mm.
not just in the work itself, but also in the gospel, like
In
we've
the
talked about.
gospel,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, because it's in His heart and through His heart that we do all of the things we do.
Yeah.
Well, a little while ago, we were talking about our children, the orphans.
Mm.
So many of them, before Hope of a Nation began to take care of them, some of them were not in school, right?
Yeah, most of them, they were not in school
Yeah.
because, you know, nobody was
Yeah, like the
supporting them.
situation you were saying, even about
Yeah.
yourself, these
Yeah.
children were
Yeah.
in a similar.
Yeah, they were not going to school. Like most of the time, those kids, they would go like on the street asking people for something, you know, for food, something like that. And then even if they give them something, it was not enough for them, you know.
Yeah.
And now those kids, you know, because of Hope of the Nation, because, you know,
If they're going to school now,
yeah, we are
they
happy
have
that
food.
they have food, they're going to school. We make sure that they have the school material
Yes.
and money for the tests and things like that, you know.
Yes, because tests in schools here, it costs money every
It
time.
costs money. You
Yes.
need to pay for your tests.
And schools
So
require uniforms.
uniforms, they need shoes, they need backpacks and
Yes.
things like that. And because of Hope of the Nation help now, we can help these kids going to school. And it's such a blessing to see, you know, the smile and the face of these kids again,
And
because, you know,
when we see them, especially when they first come in, their
yeah,
faces, they're always so sad. It's
yeah,
like the look on their face initially is like there's no hope. All hope is
yeah,
just gone from them. But
yeah,
when you see them now, they smile, they laugh.
yeah.
It's beautiful to see
It's
them now.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Even when I go there, when they see me, you can still see the smile
Well, and
because
they get excited when they see you.
excited when
Yes.
they see me, you know. They always sometimes try to call me because they want to talk to me, but sometimes I'm a little bit busy. But, you know, I always make sure that every week I visit them and I
Yeah.
spend a little time with them and, you know, just to hear a little bit what, you know,
How their
what they're
day
going
went and
through and what they, you know, what their needs and things like that, you know. It's always good to make sure that they're doing well
yeah.
because it's what we want to see in them. Like we want to see the joy inside of them, and it makes me excited to see these kids
Yes.
smiling
That
and
they know
going to school.
they have a future for themselves
Yes,
now.
yes. And we want to make sure that these kids in the future, even if they finish secondary school, they can still go to university, doing
Yes.
some training so that they can take care of
Yeah.
themselves.
Can go on and have a
Yeah,
find work somewhere. Maybe it's through university or
yeah.
trade
Hmm.
school or something.
Yeah. And they might be a blessing also to other kids in the future.
Yeah.
If we help them, we believe that one day they will be a blessing
Yeah.
too, because they can see it through us. So we believe people, they can see the same thing
Yeah.
that
Carry on
they
with that
see in
same
us.
heart and
Yes.
mind. Yeah.
Yeah. So we want to make sure that they're gonna grow up as God man, with God's heart. So
Yes.
we want to make sure that everything is okay with them. And
That is very good. And that is our hope. And you're seeing it. Even
yeah,
in the short time that some of them, um, you can see them carrying forward. Like
hmm,
they're seeing your love in your heart and they're beginning to replicate that. And you can
yeah,
see their heart and their love. And I love when we visit with them
you
and
know,
see them smile. It's so beautiful. The children are so precious. They're amazing.
even sometime when I'm walking somewhere, uh, kids, they start calling me, and then sometimes I'm like, oh, do I know you? Because it's
There's so many
so
children.
many
Yes.
kids, and I can't recognize all of them.
Yes.
But Then I was, oh, maybe they're from the children's ministry. And they're like, Matone, Matone. And they're always asking me when I'm coming for the children's ministry because, it's such a blessing because,
And so we hear sometimes we walk around with you in the village and we hear some
yeah,
children yell out, Papa Tony.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. And, it's very excited. It makes my heart happy. And to see that I can do something and I'm making difference in my
Yes.
community.
Yes,
Because it was always what I wanted to do while I was growing up in Iris. And I was always like, oh, one day when I grew up, I want to be able to help as many kids as I can. Even, I don't know, but I believe God will use me to do
You
something.
didn't know
one
how
day.
it was going to happen,
Yes,
but
yeah, because, you don't have the sources, but, but if you have God,
yes.
God will make a way to you. So we
Yes.
just need to believe in God.
If it's our heart to follow him and to
Mhm.
and to be a part of the work he's doing, then he
Yeah.
will make a way for it
Yeah.
to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was always praying for one day to
Yeah.
bless kids. So
And you're
and
doing
I
it.
and I yeah.
Yeah, you're doing it. Very much so you're doing it. Yes.
So yeah, what I want to say is, I just want to say keep doing what are you doing for these kids, and I believe God will bless you the same as you're blessing these kids. So
He
it's
made
such a blessing working with you guys. Be a part of Hope of the Nation.
you too.
Hope of the Nation have done a lot to me, and I have no words. I don't know how to say thanks, but I feel blessed, and I want to express the same blessing to other people. So thank you so much, and
Well, you are very much our son, and we are very proud of everything you've done and
yeah.
everything you're doing and everything we
So,
know that you will be doing.
yeah.
Yes.
And I want also to encourage people, to keep doing what they're doing because they are such a blessing to these kids, to our community. And
Yes, yes.
I pray that God will bless you more and more. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Love you. Thank you.